All right, welcome to SEC After Dark. No Corey, he is here in spirit. I'm here with Jeb and Jake, and we're going to talk a little bit of spring football. We're going to talk a little bit of March Madness, and then, of course, we're going to go off the rails because that is the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
So how you guys doing?
Well, I'm not bad. Doing pretty well. It's been a long couple of weeks, oddly actually, but made the drive up to Tennessee, so I'm saying I'm prepared for a little while. That was a terrible drive.
Oh,
but it's 14 hours it took us to get here. Just ridiculous.
It took y'all like 5 hours to get out of the state of Florida, right?
Yeah, it was just Florida. Florida did not want to let us go. Tornadoes, thunderstorms, a wreck that was just like tore up the interstate. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Georgia was easy. Georgia didn't care.
Yeah, I was going to say, y'all had some bad weather down that way past couple of days, so I'm glad to see. I know you wasn't part of it, being up in Tennessee now, but it sounds like you was part of it. I thought you was going to be out of it by then, but glad you're okay, Stephen.
Yeah, y'all. If you'd have woke up at 4 o'clock and left, you'd have probably missed all of that. I'm just saying. It's the fact that you decided to sleep till 7 and got such a late start on it. That's all on you, brother.
Did you see what John said in the chat?
Yeah.
That's good.
In Florida, I'm not sure we can talk about that.
Right.
Hell, are we allowed to say? We can't even say the word. Oh.
Yeah, and Corey's in Florida, so I don't think he can even talk about it. So, so we'll find out next week.
John trying to get us canceled here.
Yeah. if his name is Karina, we know something's up.
Corey, next week, if you come on the wig, I'll give you half of my allowance for the week. Yeah.
So, man, spring football is coming up, and it looks like, I don't know his last name. I'm going to file it in the DJ Uiagalongale category, the Nico Iamaleava or whatever his name is. It looks like he's going to visit Tennessee again on April 8th. And that has a chance to, they have a chance to really lock that up. This is a really good player from California. And you're starting to see a lot of quarterbacks come from California, just period, into the SEC.
Tennessee's dipped into California more than once. But it's been a while since they've really gotten any, Coach Pruitt could recruit okay. Coach Bush Jones wasn't bad at it. They could get solid players, but they just couldn't get elite players.
Right.
And that's something that Nico is. If Coach Harbaugh could actually get Nico to come here, that puts him up on another level from the coaches we've had now for the last, what the hell are we going on, 15 years now? I don't know. Trying to find a decent coach again. And it has a cascading effect with other recruits because you see like that 5-star wide receiver that actually put us in his top 5. It's probably only there because, if Nico comes, maybe he'll consider it. If Nico doesn't come, I doubt he considers Tennessee. He's not going to pick us over Georgia and Alabama right now, but unless there's a good reason for it.
Yeah. And John, they're really good players. As somebody that has enjoyed Matt Corral over the last 4 years, those Cali quarterbacks, they're a lot more sophisticated than you would think coming from California. They just really are. I mean, you picture movies like 10 Things I Hate About You and that football field set up, and you're just like, no, that's not really what's happening. There's a bunch of people out there that can play.
Yeah, it's not quite as exciting. Well, if I had my choice, I would choose Arch Manning, but I still think he's going to be a great player. So,
and who knows about Arch Manning because there's a lot of buzz in the Ole Miss program of Christopher Vizina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, Ole Miss apparently made a big play on him. Ole Miss just got a commitment today from Ulysses Bentley IV, the running back out of SMU. They are completely dominating the transfer portal. And what they have done to reshape this roster and take advantage of every COVID rule is absolutely phenomenal.
I don't know if you can play in the SEC with the first name Ulysses.
That's a good point.
If he wants to change it to maybe Robert E. Well, anyway, actually, Ole Miss has done a great job with the transfer portal. I mean, that's just amazing to watch that. That's y'all basically transformed your team because you lost so much.
William Tecumseh Sherman's a former president of LSU.
Was he?
That is.
That's that Civil War fact that you just think of, and you're like, what?
Yeah. Guess Georgia and LSU must not like each other.
Yeah, burned down Atlanta and then went on after the war to be president.
Well, to be fair, LSU did burn down Auburn too. So
well, that's true too.
Yeah.
That's true too. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh Lord, terrible.
Yeah, just an interesting thing. But there's a lot of stuff. Alabama's in the middle of spring practice. What's the update there?
Just getting back on the field and trying to figure out who's going to be the 2 or 3 guys we need on the offensive line. That's the biggest issue right now because Evan Neal, arguably, probably going to be the number 1 overall pick. He's gone. And we lose Chris Owens at right tackle, so you got to fill a right tackle, a left tackle. Pretty much your guard play and your center is set with Seth McLaughlin at center. And Emil Ekiyor at the right guard, and Javion Cohen being at left guard. But there is talk about moving Cohen to left tackle potentially. So either way, you've got to fill at least 2 spots on that offensive line. So that's the biggest thing moving forward we got to look into and see who's going to be those 2 guys to step up.
I think it'll be interesting with Alabama because they're going to go from an offense that was Bryce Young and Jamison Williams centric to an offense that is Jahmyr Gibbs centric. That's probably the plan. So I'm interested to see what that looks like.
Yeah, my biggest thing to look forward to, especially when the season starts, is Bryce Young will want his touches, he will want his throws. So how do you balance the offense of getting Bryce Young hits and getting Jahmyr Gibbs hits as well? I mean, everybody be wanting the ball, so that's going to be interesting to see how, Bill O'Brien, his second year, does, handling things. So we'll see how it goes moving forward.
And also I have a theory, the kinder, gentler Nick Saban that we saw last year is coming out because Bill O'Brien's an asshole. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to that.
I agree. Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. Off the top of your head, can you remember who does Alabama start off with next year in the first couple games?
Utah State.
Utah State, all right.
Well, don't they play Texas or somebody?
Yeah, I think that's like the second game of the year. Second and third, so yeah.
Yeah, so Sarkisian.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, early on, I like that.
Because Texas got that good quarterback that come in
Quinn Ewers.
So we'll see how that plays out as well.
Okay. Anything going on in Tennessee?
No, they're not going to do the orange and white game. I know that. I was reading about that the other day. But
why?
So I don't remember. That's what I was sitting trying to think of is why they canceled it for a reason, and I don't remember what it was. But basically, we're not going to get a good look at them until the season starts for the most part.
You bring that info to the table and don't even know why they canceled it. Come on, Jeb.
Damn, I might look it up because I
look it up. The Ole Miss game will be April 23rd.
And Alabama's is the 16th of April.
Yeah, so. USC's is also the 23rd. So it's going to be the Jackson Dart show at 11 a.m. whenever they kick off. And then the Caleb, I forgot his last name. Caleb Williams. Yeah. That's the problem with going to the West Coast. So I think they're going to put those. But they put that USC spring game on Big Boy Mothership ESPN. SBR.
Yeah.
All
right, go.
I got it. Now I remember, it's because neither of the stadium is being renovated and it won't be ready by then. So they're just not going to have it open to the public. I think they're going to do a scrimmage. It says April 9th. So they're going to have one, but it won't be like the traditional orange and white game.
They should play a game in Nissan.
Right.
That's true. They could come here. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Just go do that. This is the perfect opportunity for Tennessee to do that because Tennessee wants to own Middle Tennessee. That is a big part of their plan. And right now, Middle Tennessee is Alabama country because that place front runs like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
did you see the news that come out? I think it was either late last week or the early part of this week, but supposedly the board of directors, part of Nissan Stadium, have approved to, the Titans to have a new stadium, build a new stadium, and be ready by, I think they said 2026. potentially.
So they're actually moving forward with that.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So.
Where are they going to put that? The current stadium is in the perfect spot.
It is. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. The best case scenario would be to knock it down and build the other one, but you can't do that without like 2 or 3 years of not having the stadium. So they can't do that.
I guess they could play it at the Nashville SC Stadium that's about to open up May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that place only holds 30,000, but maybe for a year or something.
Right.
You can get by doing that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that they view LP or whatever it's called now, Nissan, as an antiquated thing, it just drives me crazy.
It is.
It just drives me crazy because that stadium's hardly. Yeah, that's hardly 20 years old. That stadium was built after I was married, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't, because Ole Miss played in the Music City Bowl in that stadium on my wedding night. So it just got finished. But to think of that is like, man, okay, first of all, I'm old as shit. And second of all, there's no reason to believe a stadium like that. Like, they played in, how long did they play in Three Rivers and Riverfront and the Vet?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't either.
My audio is the only one that isn't skipping right now.
I hear everybody fine. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm hearing everybody fine too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Johnny might be on your side. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, because I'm hearing it fine here.
Yeah. But yeah, Nissan Stadium, I've never been inside of it, but I've drove through, Nashville and all that, and it's a gorgeous stadium.
Yeah.
So it's crazy why they want to change,
They just started talking about what they would have to update, and it's just everything apparently. But you're right; it's hard to tell just from looking at it.
Right.
Yeah, because I've been in the club. Yeah, I've been in the club level. I've been all over that stadium, and it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly adequate.
Yeah.
I mean, are they?
Crazy.
Says it's still skipping.
I don't know, John. I hear everybody fine. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So, well, go ahead and just give me an update real quick. I'm gonna listen to it on this end.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Could be my internet. I don't know. For me, but I don't know why I'd be doing that to everybody. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not skipping whenever I listen to it.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm.
I don't know what's happening, John. I'm sorry about that, bud.
Yeah, I'm hearing everybody fine, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm visiting my mama's house, and her internet's not quite as fast as mine. So.
You're right up there in AT&T country, though, ain't you?
Yes. Yeah, she had that for a long time.
No, they blew that up.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, before we get into March Madness and a little bit off the rails early, did any of y'all had the Russian military as a paper tiger on your bingo card?
No.
Oh, Lord, no.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not real surprised. Like, I'm surprised, but not as surprised as I could be. That they were just, that's kind of what the Cold War was them posturing about all this military and might they had and stuff, and then they just folded without shot being fired. I don't think they've ever had the resources they say they've had.
Right.
But the fact that Ukraine has put up the defense it has is amazing.
Oh, yeah. They're still fighting like hell.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Apparently, Marjorie Taylor Greene actually came out and said that both sides are at fault. You believe the Russian propaganda. Just put out a statement saying that after Zelensky spoke to Congress. We got a Russian problem in our government, and anybody the Russian tie needs to be voted out.
Yeah.
Just immediately.
I don't know if it's a Russian problem as much as it's just a stupid Russian problem. I'm sorry. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert are just dumb. It's amazing. People like that, how do you get elected in the Congress?
It's because you have no shame. You're dumb enough to have no shame.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi's been in Congress for like hundreds of years now. So there you go.
At least she knows how to speak in public.
Yeah.
And she doesn't heckle the president when he's talking about his dead son. I mean, these are like unforced errors for stupid people. There's stupid and there's this.
I'm used to politicians that are just terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm not used to them being dumb.
Right.
I don't know.
What is going on? But just look at them. Whoever's defending what's going on from the Russians in Ukraine, they're obviously bought and paid for, and they need to go. Period.
100%.
Let's go.
And Cass, Corey is off this week. He's down in Florida. I forgot what he's doing down there, but
he's visiting. Visiting the wife's family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's down in Naples, Florida. So Corey's in Florida, Jeb's in Tennessee.
They just switched.
Yeah, they just swapped.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that's true. They definitely have a morale problem over there in Russia.
Yeah.
But I mean, you saw the news come out about the person who jumped on the station and tried to protest the war, and she disappeared after that.
Yeah.
I won't see her again.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to our basketball player, by the way? Does anybody know?
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, still traveling to Russia. That's kind of on her at this point.
Yeah, she should have gotten out when that started.
Yeah. But Russia lost as many soldiers in 20 days of the war as we lost in Afghanistan and Iraq in 20 years.
Wow.
And I've seen the other day that they're begging China for help now. Russia is.
Yeah.
So I mean, so now if China gets involved, we may start seeing the first steps of World War III.
God, I hope China's smart enough to stay out of that.
I know, I do too.
They don't want a war. I know they don't want a war.
No.
Putin crazy enough to do that. China not crazy. I hope.
Right.
That's my prayer.
But they're buddy, so I hate it. I hope.
Well, let's move on to March Madness before we get completely off the rails.
Yeah.
Apparently we're skipping a little bit on YouTube. I do not know why.
That might be a YouTube problem.
Might be a restream thing. I do not know. Yeah. Let me bring that up real quick and refresh it. Maybe that'll do something with it.
Huh? That's crazy. But has everybody done a bracket?
I filled one out. I'm not sure that this is how I'm going to finish it. I haven't finished all my research, but because I ended up in a lot of 1s and 2s, and just basically running through this whole thing, and that never happened. So I need to look it over a little more. But I filled one out.
I picked my bracket. My champion that I picked was the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, I never get my bracket right, so that's probably a bad thing. Yeah, but that is who I picked because I have a Kentucky-Tennessee final.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I actually have a Tennessee-Kentucky final as well, but I picked Kentucky to win. So sorry, Jeb, but my bracket blows up the first anyway. So don't.
Yeah, I had Kentucky making the Final Four, but not getting in.
But by the way, Stephen, my wife just opened the door and she said that me and Jeb both are skipping. You are fine. So I don't know what that's all about.
Okay.
So I don't know why that is, but
okay. What we're going to do is we're going to kick you off, and you guys are going to rejoin.
Okay.
All right. That's good.
Yeah. So just bear with me. I'll just continue talking because I love the sound of my own voice. But maybe this time we can bring it in. So hopefully this will fix it. And we've got our things, and we got John and Cassie told us that. So this is in our effort to try and repair it. So we'll see. So. All right.
I refreshed my page as well when I got kicked out, just to see if I
okay. So y'all are back in. But March Madness starts tomorrow. We're going to stay up late. We're probably going to sleep in a little bit if we can. Y'all probably can't, but the game will happen sometime around 11 o'clock. And the Tennessee game tomorrow, I think Memphis is at 1:45. Or I should say Eastern. Everything I say is Eastern because everything's going to come up Eastern because of where I am. The first game is like at 11:15 Central, Michigan and Colorado State. And then you got the South Dakota State and Providence. You got Memphis and Boise, Norfolk State and Baylor as in the first game. So really, other than Memphis and Boise, Memphis is a team that Ole Miss beat. Boise is a team they lost to. So and it's a game that I think Memphis has changed the way they play. That they could be fairly dangerous in this game.
You know, what I love about the 8-9 matchups is they're pretty much identical teams to each other. So those are very, very fun. But, you know, a lot of 5 versus 12 teams also end up being upset. So that's some of those I like, you know, watching as well.
You usually need to pick at least 112 somewhere.
Yeah.
The 16 versus 16 games. What was that?
What was that? What happened?
Okay. ESPN is I had ESPN up doing that. And they started randomly playing. So
that happens.
Yeah, Tennessee's at like 245. It's a big game for them. They need to get going. They do not need to get Valpo'd. People don't know. Ole Miss was a 4 seed. Valpo was a 13 seed. Valpo was able to hit that shot that is only surpassed by Christian Laettner against Kentucky in NCAA tournament history. So Tennessee has to avoid that.
Yeah.
I've heard that Longwood is big on 3-pointers, so if they get hot with that early, it could be an interesting game. But if they're kind of droughting on that, I think Tennessee will just run right over.
Yeah, Tennessee the way they play defense, I think they're going to be all right, honestly.
Yeah. I think in that game.
So
honestly, I like both their first games. I really want them to get into a rematch with Villanova. We know them, so
yeah.
I want them to get in a rematch with Texas.
That would actually be good too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe we lost to Texas like that.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, good team. This is a different bracket I'm looking at now, so it's a little bit different. Everything's kind of mixed. So I have to kind of look at it and guess whenever they play because the way they set it up. Let's see. Thursday, Kansas. Okay, we don't care about that.
Looking at the chat, I picked South Dakota State to upset in the first game too. So now I'm losing to Iowa after that, but still.
They do have the Jackrabbits, and you have to respect that.
Them. Yeah.
Who's South Dakota State playing?
They're playing Providence. 4 seed.
Okay.
Alabama, we do not know who Alabama is going to play against.
No, we still. Yeah, we got Rutgers versus Notre Dame. Who wins it will be who we
in
play.
The game that the physical viewership or whatever of Texas A&M being screwed in that game.
Yeah, yeah. I do y'all believe that A&M should have got in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're 23 ranked SEC. 23-win SEC team. They should have absolutely got in.
100%.
And they also were just hot and late. I mean, they're a team that you would be afraid of in the tournament, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The way they handled Auburn, yeah.
Yeah, the way they handled Arkansas was even more impressive than that.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah.
I was scared of that game in the championship. Didn't matter. Tennessee killed them, but still.
One question I got for you guys. John mentioned last night on Best of the West when we was on live, but he kind of wants LSU just to, lay an egg pretty much and lose their first game. But to me, I don't like that because, I mean, these kids still got something to play for. So I don't think they're going to lay an egg, even though everything's going on right now. They lost their coach and all that. But, I mean, they're going to come out and play hard, I do believe. I mean, they're still up for a national championship in college basketball. I mean, you just can't lay an egg.
LSU, you need to realize that sometime in the next year, they are going to completely pull the rug out from that program. And who knows the next time you're going to get to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
So one and done and wait until next year, that's not really an option because I think next year is going to be a 13-team SEC tournament whenever this gets said and done. And there's going to be some serious damage to LSU's basketball program, and people are going to transfer away. So enjoy this year, LSU fans. John, make it as far as you can get it, because this may not happen again, not for a while.
Right.
And I agree with you. I think they definitely should play as hard as they could. The problem is they did not get an easy draw here. I actually like Iowa State. I like Wisconsin a lot too, that they would have to play after that. Mm-hmm. It's a tough road for them, and to not have your coach and all that distraction, it's going to be difficult, man. But actually, I kind of wanted to pick Wisconsin to win it all, but I like Kansas too much. Kansas is actually who I picked to win this.
Yeah, and they got too cute with the brackets this time. Like Auburn played Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State should not have to play Auburn in the NCAA tournament. They've
not first round.
No, yeah. I mean, it's not something you could take a bus to on a random December game. Play another 2 seed. Play Kentucky. Switch those games up.
Yeah.
I just sometimes they just get too cute.
Yeah. I agree.
Don't really understand how they do that half the time.
Yeah.
That's man. Just talking about taking a bus to. That's what upset me about the SEC championship game. I left town and could have actually gone to that game because all the Kentucky fans would have been gone. Mm-hmm. There's probably plenty of seats down the road.
Plenty of good seats available. And I hear Emily Arena is really nice.
Man.
The SEC tournament, people are going to hate on it because Tampa's kind of an extreme direction of an SEC tournament thing. Everybody wants Nashville or Birmingham or Atlanta because it's kind of in the middle. But Tampa's just really nice, guys.
Yeah. I thought they were going back to Nashville next year.
Oh, they probably are. Yeah,
okay. They are.
Okay.
If I can make it home from the strip club at 2 a.m., never mind.
Wait, yeah.
That's what
we're not off the rails.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's stay with March Madness. Got it.
I thought the strippers were too old for you.
Shut up.
It's getting to the point now where 27's okay for him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. The older you get, that age just gets increased by 1.
Yeah.
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 When he was 30 years old and it was 18 years old, when he was 30 years old and 18-year-old were his standards, that was a little creepy. But now that he's in his mid-40s and that number is around 27, that's okay.
Right.
It's fine. He kind of grew into it.
Yeah. Jeb froze on us.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's trying to come back.
I can hear y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I see. On my screen, anyway, I'm blurred out. Oh, no, there I am.
There you are. You're back.
Hey. All right.
That
I knew it was going to happen. I told you, we'll have to run a hardwire to this before next week's show.
Oh, yeah, so you're going to be out there a while?
Yeah, I'm going to stay up here about a month. I'm coming back mid-April to Florida.
Took a trash the road today.
I do appreciate that. I saw it.
And turned the street light on, or the yard light.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't catch on fire or anything? I'm a little worried about that one. The top of it blew off in a storm, and so I don't know if it was filling up with water or what, but I was scared to cut it on. But if it was working, then we're good.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay,
you
cool.
think? Yeah. Jeb will have a home when he comes back.
Are you insured?
Yeah,
I am actually.
You good? Oh me.
Not sure how much I trust that insurance company, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jeb bought a house that was like a grandma house from back in the late 50s, that style house, and has replaced all of the 4-point. So he basically has a brand new house, but was built with the standards of the people back in the 1950s, the way they built the stuff. So this thing's like a fortress. It's amazing.
It's a solid house. Yeah.
Wow. Well, down there, y'all pretty much have to deal with hurricanes pretty much on a regular basis. So y'all got to have pretty much 35 homes.
Yeah, but apparently freaked everybody out when tornadoes came through. Florida just wasn't prepared for that. Hurricanes they can handle. Tornadoes scaring everybody. It was kind of funny. The panic on TikTok was hilarious.
And we're the county that everybody evacuates to when there's a hurricane.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of the state.
Yeah. That's awful.
It's
Oh Lord. I like those old houses with a lot of concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah,
pretty much.
Except for where my office is, that's used to be a sunroom, but it's all enclosed, but windows all the way around. So it's beautiful.
Live outside of the state, it's a Florida room.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if we do get hit with a bad storm, it's going to be my computer equipment that goes, which actually I didn't think that went through real hard. Yes.
I mean, they usually give you about 2-week warning to get out of town before a hurricane hits, so you'll get plenty of time to load everything up and head out before. Yeah. There you go.
And I'd take my computers with me. So
yeah, for sure. Now in a tornado case, you might get 30 minutes tops, if that.
Yeah.
So you probably don't have enough time to grab everything and get out for that.
Yeah, maybe that's why it freaked them out so much. It just doesn't seem like they were used to tornadoes, but
right.
But you're right though.
In Central Florida, they don't do it. It's north of us usually, a little bit.
Right.
Because it just generally doesn't get cold enough to get the energy to make a tornado down here. And it got down this year like once or twice below freezing.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I've gone native.
Weird weather.
Yeah, so I'm wearing long sleeve shirts at 75 degrees.
You don't know what to do you?
Yeah.
Actually, when I got back to Georgia, I had to get out, and this is after that ice and snow came through, like Friday night, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Saturday, I jumped out of my car just to pump gas. I almost started crying. It was so cold. Oh man, that wind whipping around. I was not prepared at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go native, it's like 75 degrees in the water temperature in the pool, and it's like, no, I'm not getting in unless it's 82.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Which we're getting close to that. I need you to get that pool temperature up.
We're probably about 2 weeks away from being able to get in.
Nice.
Oh wow. We usually can't get in till about May or June here.
Yeah. Last year we got in this time, but it didn't get below freezing. It was a warm winter last year. But this year it dropped down to 37 like on last Sunday. So
wow.
Yeah. That affect the water temperature because we don't have a pool heater or anything because there's just no sense in having one.
No. Because like you said, normally it does not get that cold down in Florida. But when you have highs in Miami at the very southern tip at like 50, 55, it's cold elsewhere in Florida. It's crazy. So,
yeah, let's see what the temperature is right now. It is 70 degrees right now. That's the reason I'm in long sleeve shirts. And Smyrna, where Jeb is 57.
It's not bad for here now.
Yeah.
It's 57 where I'm at, too. So,
yeah.
In Alabama.
So.
And apparently very foggy. So.
Foggy bear.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're starting to skip past March Madness, but I do need y'all's help because I have not filled out my bracket.
You better hurry up.
Which five is getting upset? Tell me which 5 seed is going down because one of them's got to. It always happens. Right now, I'm thinking UAB over Houston.
I actually put that in mind.
Did you? All right.
That's a good one.
I watched Houston and Memphis in their championship game, and I mean,
for some reason, I'm drawn to New Mexico State and Connecticut.
Really? Okay.
And whoever's playing Iowa, the
Richmond.
I think Richmond can upset Iowa.
I don't know. I keep looking at Iowa, and I think I just think they're playing really well, but I don't know basketball that well, so that's the reason I need some help here. So, because I wasn't really impressed with Houston or Memphis in their game, honestly. It seemed to me like the announcers were really talking up Memphis, but they never got that close to winning. They just were getting really excited. I don't know if it's just because Penny Hardaway's there or what it was, but I kept getting excited, then nothing happened, and it was just disappointing.
If I remember correctly, I scrolled through that game when it was their championship game, and like it was late, like in the second half, maybe like 10 minutes left to go in the game, and it's like 40-30 something. I mean, it was awful.
It was low scoring too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. I was not impressed. So
right,
I could see UAB upsetting Houston. I don't think I picked Memphis to win their game either. Maybe I let that game influence me too much. I don't know. I'm thinking back.
Boise. You know
I did say Memphis. Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but you know what I think of when I think of Boise State in the NCAA basketball tournament? That was the court where Tyus Edney went coast to coast and hit the buzzer beater. Way back for UCLA. Yeah. I just remember that for whatever reason.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I was wondering about Indiana and St. Mary's too. I was looking at that one as well.
I had St. Mary's. I actually got St. Mary's going to the Elite Eight in mine, I think, or the Sweet 16, one of the two.
Oh, you got them beating UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
We already know that, John. Yeah, you said that last night. So
yeah, I picked Iowa State too. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I just thought, like I said, all the distractions and everything LSU is just going to be tough.
Yeah.
And then their bracket is just a tough bracket, right where they are.
I got them beating Iowa State, but then they losing to Wisconsin.
See, I have Wisconsin even beating Auburn. So
yeah, and I got Wisconsin beating Auburn.
Yeah.
So I think Auburn just peaked way too early in the season because they've been kind of struggling, and if they're not making shots, they're not a good team.
Yeah, it makes me wonder how seriously they took the SEC tournament because they did not show up for it.
They didn't.
And is that one of those things? And I don't know basketball that well. Is that something that most teams consider real important? Because it didn't really help with doing well. Like Texas A&M dominated that tournament until the championship game. Didn't help them get into the NCAA madness here. Tennessee won it. They're still a 3 seed
yeah, they should have been. They should have been 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, in the final rankings, they're number 5.
Well,
it's the 4-1 seeds in the Tennessee. I think
the SEC tournament didn't hurt Auburn, but it cost them the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's true.
Yeah, they I think that's what happened when they lost the game. Now, it just doesn't matter. They didn't take into account what happened Sunday at all. It's like the bracket was done Saturday night.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It didn't seem to matter.
The Tennessee and A&M game just didn't figure in, and I mean, it's a shame what happened to A&M. It really is, and
that's what Buzz Williams is talking about. He said, the championship game needs to be, a day before the bracket comes out instead of the day of, because
give them time to absorb it.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, I've got another theory, by the way. I think that everybody has gotten to the point where they pay so much attention to Joe Lunardi, he's affecting their decision.
Yeah.
So when Joe Lunardi says they're in the next 4 out on Sunday or Saturday, it's in the mind of the committee doing all this. Well, Joe Lunardi says this. He's done all the research and all that. Next 4 out, and I think they're almost too lazy to go into it, and they're just doing the relying on other people coming up with this stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with that because I listened to him talk about it after that game, what he thought too, and I don't know. It didn't make sense to me, but again, not an expert.
Well, I don't think it makes sense to anybody.
No, I mean they even after the game, all the commentators, was talking about how A&M should be a tournament team.
Yeah.
And then Sunday rolls around and they were the first 4 out. So it was insane.
And Tennessee should have been a 2 seed over both Duke and Kentucky.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Man,
I like Kentucky.
I'm sorry, I'm going back in time, but I cannot believe the talent that Lane Kiffin is assembling in Oxford.
Yeah.
Good.
It's been an impressive offseason.
Yeah.
They have.
They had 32 slots to sign players, and they have used the transfer portal and recruiting to upgrade every one of those players that went out with somebody coming in. And talent-wise, you lose somebody like Matt Corral, and everybody's worried about Matt Corral, and you replace him with a Gatorade National Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on paper, Jesus, this team has a chance to be really good.
And not even an 18-year-old kid straight out of high school, a guy who's had a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
It's no, I agree. I've never seen anybody use the transfer portal like that. And I know because the rules are fairly new, it just hadn't had a chance. But
yeah,
Lane Kiffin has figured it out fast.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that our coach would do the same thing. I think Tennessee was hamstrung for other reasons, but y'all are doing what I was praying for. And
what, you couldn't find any McDonald's bags?
No.
I think he's still under these NCAA investigations. You know, all that crap. They were limiting their scholarships because we've accepted a bunch of preferred walk-ons. That's like we've got a long list of those because apparently that's their way of getting around these reduced scholarships.
Hey, there you go.
Those preferred walk-ons, I'll be curious if you're getting NIL deals too, because you might end up having something with these NIL deals. These preferred walk-ons, you have 130 scholarships floating around. Yeah. I mean, there's people trying to figure out how to bend the rules.
Yeah, that's true. And at least one of them has name recognition. You know, is it Navy Schuler? His son?
Yeah.
But anyway, his Schuler's son is there, so he might actually end up getting one. I don't know if it's because he deserves it for his play or if it's just, you know, like I said, name recognition. But I'd give him money. I loved his dad.
Navy Schuler. No, Heath Schuler wearing 21 still one of the most ridiculous things I can remember.
Yeah. John, just to answer your, you know, what you told me, to me, the NCAA tournament, when it gets here, it is March Madness. Anything can happen, and it's pretty much a new season. So, I mean, as we saw, I know Alabama has not looked the best in the last couple of weeks, but you have seen their resume. You can see them play against top-tier teams and beat and win. So, I mean, they get on a hot streak, and you're looking at an Elite Eight, Final Four for Alabama. So, I mean, anybody has a chance in this tournament. I mean, March Madness, baby. So.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And Alabama's always, like I said, it's one of those teams that you just don't know exactly who's going to show up, but they can come in and beat just about anybody.
Well, I would say if they win their first game, you're looking at a matchup potentially with Texas Tech, and I'm scared of that because Texas Tech is one of the best defending teams in the nation, and that is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, they looked really good in the game against Tennessee. I remember that.
Yeah. So.
Wait, Tennessee played Texas Tech too?
Oh, yeah, we lost to Texas Tech too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were having trouble with the state of Texas. Yes.
Come on, man.
I know. That was very disappointing.
And Texas football is about to be in the you know, the league now too. Yeah. So come on.
Oh, we got our revenge by beating A&M in the SEC championship game. That redeemed us with Texas. So.
There you go. Texas Tech in the finals against Tennessee. That's not a bad matchup.
Man, that would be awesome if we got the revenge against Villanova. They got to play Texas Tech again too. Yeah.
Villanova's another team that scares me. I mean, they.
Yeah.
You know,
they are good.
They are. But you know, honestly, I may have gotten the Elite Eight to Gonzaga, but I got Arkansas beating them, getting the Final Four. I mean, Gonzaga's been there every single year and just flops in the biggest stage, so they cannot get past that hump and win the entire thing. So I'm hesitant to pick them to win every year, even though they're saying they're like the overall the number one team and the favorite. I just can't pick them. You know, so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, Mark Few's been there 30 years, and I don't know have they won maybe one or two, but I mean they're in it every single year and cannot get past either the Final Four or the championship game. You know, so
honestly, before Tommy Frazier, it reminds me of Tom Osborne in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. McDonald's can legally sponsor Tennessee players now.
God, I wish we had McDonald's money.
Hey, you got who's the mustard bottle? Who makes mustard? You can get them. Yeah. And then whoever the Titleist golf ball, there you go. Get them up.
Perfect.
There you go. You can just throw them at all the people all season next year.
Nice.
Well, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, I don't think Duke is going to hang around very long in this tournament either. For whatever reason, I think this is going to be a fairly quick thing.
Actually, I picked Michigan State to upset them in the second round, so I agree. I don't think Duke actually deserved to be a 2 seed. So
Oh, have y'all watched Winning Time on HBO?
Mm-mm.
No, not yet.
It's actually so far it's promising.
Okay.
John C. Reilly plays Jerry Buss.
Yeah.
The guy that got to play Magic Johnson looks like Magic Johnson, and it's pretty interesting. But they break the fourth wall a bunch of time, and he's just talking to the camera, and it's pretty cool. I've enjoyed the first 2 episodes.
Do they go
Time?
in Winning Time? Yeah.
Winning
It's
Time.
HBO, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. HBO
I'm gonna
Max, John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think something else came out recently about the same event. I don't know. You know, sometimes they do that with 2 things coming out at the same time. But Winning Time's the one I want to see. So yeah. Do they go into the rivalry with the Celtics?
Well, they haven't made it in there. It started with Jerry Buss buying the Lakers in 1979. It starts off with Jerry Buss in bed with a playmate at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh,
Nice.
my
He's
God.
going to buy the Lakers. Yeah.
Oh, there was a story I didn't read the whole thing, so I can't tell you about it. But it was apparently the longtime doctor of Hugh Hefner, so it was one of his best friends. His daughter apparently is either writing a tell-all book or just telling a bunch of stories about what was going on at the Playboy Mansion. And one of them was that he had these little like mini mansions that were just there for his rich friends to go and hang out with the playmates and stuff and sleep with them basically. And so he probably was at one of those.
Wow.
Yeah, it's apparently she's telling a lot of weird, like, not all good stuff. So, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy a tell-all book. I don't generally like those that much.
Yeah. I don't like reading, period.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Maybe Hulu has one of the Lakers dynasty. I was gonna say I did definitely see something else about the Lakers out recently.
Yeah, you probably saw the one that's a 30 for 30. They did a 3-part series on the Lakers and Celtics.
Did they? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
so that's on ESPN Plus.
okay.
Yeah. I need to go check out some more 30 for 30s. I haven't watched any of those in a while.
Have
Yeah,
y'all?
I watched I Hate Christian Laettner in honor of the NCAA tournament and Phi Slamma Jamma this week.
Nice.
I still gotta watch those.
Yeah.
Have
I
y'all
Hate
seen-
Christian Laettner is just fantastic.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I've heard so rave reviews about it. I gotta watch it. But have y'all watched the new James Bond movie yet?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I have not gotten to see it yet.
It's really good. Really good. You need to see it because we need to talk about it.
Actually, I'll be here alone this weekend, so I might actually rent that.
There you go. It'd be worth it for sure.
Yeah, nice.
And when you get back, we bought Spider-Man today.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
Have y'all not seen Spider-Man yet?
We went to the theater and watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've seen it once.
That was a great movie too.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
We enjoyed that a lot.
And I'm ready to see, Doctor Strange's new movie because it's pretty much him trying to fix the universe that he created pretty much in Spider-Man. Spoiler alert, but anyway.
And that is fun because they can bring in so many cameos, just throw out
yeah.
random people because they're going to any universe,
Yeah.
That's good times.
Mm-hmm. Talking about winning, Marvel's winning. I mean, they put out like 20 movies a year. It's incredible. I mean,
The money they've made.
Yeah, they've got a new one coming out with Jared Leto called Morbius.
That's a Sony job.
Okay. So yeah, that's I saw the previews of it the other day. It looks really good too.
Yeah, it's like from the company that makes Venom.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Morbius is one. I don't remember like reading Morbius comics or anything like that, but for some reason I can remember like a couple of stories that he just showed up in, and I always liked him a lot. So that's interesting. I can't wait to see that.
Well, see,
See what they do with it.
Yeah, I was reading that Morbius, when he was a bad guy, was one of the arch enemies of Spider-Man, him and Venom.
Yeah, but Spider-Man tended to have arch enemies that he like felt bad for, like the Lizard, who was actually one of his professors that ended up experimenting on himself and turning into a monster. Or Doc Ock was he was a good scientist for a while before he became a Octopus. He was a bad guy, although it wasn't just like it is in the movies, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah,
it's like he had sympathetic ones, and I think Morbius was the same way. I think Morbius had some like disease he was trying to cure, and he ended up accidentally turning himself into a vampire.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Especially when you find out that there's a guy named Bleav out there that likes to hunt vampires. So.
Yeah.
You just put yourself in his crosshairs. And
Yep.
In that universe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bleav's going to show up. So.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Morbius, but it's something.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, no, that's why I like Spider-Man, because it was always like some more sympathetic. Not all of them. I mean, some of them were just assholes. Bad people.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I tell you, when growing up, I loved the X-Men series that they all had. I loved the X-Men. I hate that they don't make them anymore.
That was what I read the most of. I think of was X-Men.
Yeah. Yep.
I can still remember. I illegally downloaded the first X-Men movie. That's the only thing or only movie I've really gotten illegally downloaded. I watched that on my computer. Really crappy quality, but love that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, on Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, Professor X is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. Who's the main guy from the Fantastic Four?
Oh, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Reed Richards.
Yeah, Reed Richards. Yeah.
He's apparently in it, but there's cameos all in it. Like Deadpool has a cameo in it, so all the mutants are in it.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord. Are they doing?
I was just going to say Scarlet Witch is helping him and somebody else. I can't remember, but I know Scarlet Witch is going to be making her appearance as well in it. So,
are they pulling in Patrick Stewart or the younger one?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
yep.
Nice, excellent.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready for that to come out this summer.
That'll be a great movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Should be a lot of fun. And the Batman, if you haven't seen that, Batman was good.
I want to see it. That's my next one to watch.
That was pretty brutal. I enjoyed that movie. Yeah.
You know, I kind of had reservations about it because of, Robert Pattinson is known for, the Vampire Diaries and all that. Not the Vampire Diaries, but what it was. Twilight, yeah. But they say he absolutely killed it. And people say he's probably like top 3 best Batmans, in ever. So I've got to watch it.
I think he killed it as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He had some issues being Bruce Wayne, but he's also supposed to be still young.
Yeah, he wasn't Bruce Wayne very often. Even when they show him as Bruce Wayne, they show him right after he got done being Batman, like going home.
Yeah, but he's not. He's also not like an adult like Christian Bale or something. He's supposed to be new to this whole thing. He's really focused on his job and not caring so much about Bruce Wayne and the money and all that. The typical rich guy thing. Money doesn't matter if you have enough money.
Yeah. Christian Bale to me was the best Batman. I mean, he nailed that. That trilogy. I think he was in.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. I just actually rewatched The Dark Knight last week. Actually, I love that movie, and I just hadn't seen it in a while because I have to give it a little while before I go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
No, but I thought Robert Pattinson did a great job. Actually, It's definitely a much different tone than Marvel movies, though. It is. It is just gritty and dark and painful and kind of rough, but it works really well. With Batman, you can do that. I didn't like them doing that so much to Superman, but with Batman, it works great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I did not watch that movie, actually. I've seen too many pictures from it. I just don't even want to. That's the one where Christian Bale made a name for himself for being a method actor because he actually starved himself and turned into he looked almost like a Holocaust survivor who was just messed up.
And I will say that Heath Ledger is probably the best Joker ever.
Yeah,
I hate that his life ended so abruptly and so short because he could have made billions by being the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker, Heath Ledger, by far the number one villain. The second villain in the Batman series, probably the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a good job with him, which is weird with Riddler because I think of Riddler, I think of Jim Carrey dancing around in a green suit.
Yeah.
So, them actually bringing in one that's good is surprising. But actually, when I was rewatching The Dark Knight, there's a scene at the end where he catches the Joker, kind of drops him off a building, but then catches him by the leg, and the Joker starts laughing and talks about how they're going to do this dance forever because he just can't let him go. And it just makes you real sad when you see it because you're like, no, I wish we could do this dance at least 2 or 3 more times. But
you ain't kidding.
But it didn't happen.
I know it.
It was very sad.
It is, but
Not that his death wouldn't have been sad anyway. I mean, I love The Knight's Tale as well, but
yeah,
no.
Just after that performance,
other than the Joker, Heath Ledger's best performance was 10 Things I Hate About You.
He was good in that. He was, and I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot too. So I can't hate on that movie.
Who was in The Dark Knight Rises?
Right.
Yes, he was. And actually, I just rewatched Inception too. So I've been rewatching a lot of stuff. I don't know.
It's a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, my mom she's retired, so she's just finding things to do, and she run through like the list of the top 250 movies of all time because she's not a big movie watcher unless they're some older ones. So she's making me watch some of these with her because it's ones that she just can't bring to watch herself, like The Dark Knight. So I'm getting to rewatch all these great old movies. We did Raiders of the Lost Ark not too long ago.
Oh, wow. I hadn't seen it yet. Is it good?
Indiana Jones?
Wait. What?
You haven't seen that?
No. I've seen like maybe one Indiana Jones movie. I know.
Oh, that hurts my old heart.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yes, it's really, really.
What's the one you've
really
seen?
good.
You've seen Crystal Skull, haven't you?
Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen.
That's the worst one.
Yeah.
By far. Oh yeah, no, they're classics.
Watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, watch Last Crusade, and you can watch Temple of Doom if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But those two movies are must watches.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, and it's on the top 250 movies of all time for a reason.
Okay.
Now it's not as action packed as Marvel movies are nowadays, but it's really good.
Yeah, I've got to watch those. Did y'all ever watch The Mummy?
Yeah.
Yes, with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think they made a second one with him in it just a few years ago, maybe.
They made the Scorpion King. Was that the second one or the first one?
I can't remember.
No, that might have still been the first one. What was the second one?
A Mummy Returns?
It was the second one. They had the Scorpion King in it. So it had The Rock and that bad CGI Scorpion.
Yes.
And the Scorpion King came out, but then there was also a third Mummy movie that was set in Asia.
Oh, with Jet Li, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw that, but it was forgettable enough that I've just forgotten about it.
Though that style of those movies is off of the Indiana Jones movies.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
There was a movie with Matthew McConaughey called Sahara, and that character that he played in that one, Dirk Diggler, was, I want to say James Patterson. It was some writer's attempt to make
did you say Dirk Diggler?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
That's Boogie Nights, buddy.
Yeah, right. It's something real close to that, though. It is actually an alliteration name like that. I don't know, but anyway, that was his attempt to write an Indiana Jones character, and I thought the movie Sahara was actually pretty good, but it did not catch on. They were hoping that would become a new franchise. And I want to know what his name was, because.
And the rule of pairs that they at least used to make movies in pairs. Romancing the Stone was the pair to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Romancing the Stone is going to be similar to Indiana Jones as well.
Okay.
And that would be Michael Douglas and...
His name was Dirk Pitt. Sorry.
Dirk Pitt. Okay.
So his last name's Pitt. Which is kind of the opposite, I guess.
No, it's not alliteration, buddy.
No, you're right. I had that wrong.
I want to say that new movie Sandra Bullock's got out with Channing Tatum and Matt Damon called The Lost City. It's that's another one I got on my list.
Yeah, no, I want to see that too. You're right.
Mm-hmm. It looked really good. Because, and that they portray Channing Tatum as like this big buff guy, and they got him run around as a wuss in this movie of all the previews I've seen. And Matt Damon is the one who's like the savior of, Sandra Bullock. But I guarantee, I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm sure she'll fall for Channing Tatum at the end.
Well, anyway, I think we should go ahead and shut it off here and get some shut-eye and get ready for March Madness tomorrow. John, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I think we did the best we could without Corey, although we did miss him in spirit. Yeah. Wish he was here.
Oh, yeah.
He's in our hearts.
Yeah. But we'll be back next week for more SEC After Dark, and it'll be more the format that you are used to. For Jake and Jeb, I'm Steve. Until next week, we'll see you later.
See y'all.
Later, everybody.